Hello, viewers. Welcome to Learn with Samlytics once again, and Happy New Year for everyone because this is our first video in the year 2026. My name is Oluwaseun, the CEO of Samlytics Data Service, and mainly it's a platform where we help organization to build their data infrastructure and to leverage AI and analytics in the world where we are currently. The main thing is your data resources is your asset. And here we help people to manage, we teach people about new and recent technology that can help you to actualize the insight that sits within your data environment. And today we'll be discussing an interesting topic on Databricks. So we're discussing about Databricks and we'll be saying how to build the Medallion architecture within the Databricks and how to connect your Databricks data set to your Power BI environment and leverage that for your analytics. And we were doing a fantastic data engineering. And for this use case, we are doing data fitness pipeline. And we'll be seeing how that can be transformed within the Databricks environment. And we'll be doing some brief introduction to the Databricks learning. And the beautiful thing now is the Databricks is having a free edition. And with that free edition, you can come, bring in your skill, learn how data computation is done within the cloud without paying a dime, without having to leave your card details. And some people are a lot of things I'm trying to do is trying to replicate my Microsoft Fabrics project within the Databricks environment because pretty much the same. So the Spark SQL skills, the PySpark skills, all those things you can learn on Databricks for free. So if you are in this journey with me in 2026, we'll be learning about all these tools. And if you're an environment where you want to implement new technology like this, yes, you can reach out, you can send us an email, and we'll be happy to support you onboarding your team into this sweet environment. And here your data analyst can work, your data scientist can work, even your machine learning team engineer, they can work, because here you are speaking directly to your data set. So there is no silos. It's not that, oh, my data set is sitting in a database and I'm building AI facilities within another environment. No, it doesn't work. With Fabrics, with Databricks, everything is all in one. And we'll be saying that. Yes. So here I'm taking it's not lazy approach, but because there's lazy computation in Databricks. So I'm taking the lazy approach. Imagine you come across a posting on LinkedIn and you would like to replicate the same project within your environment, whereby as you are learning, you have something to showcase within your network as a product coming out from your learning. And please don't hesitate to tag us if you're using this platform. If you're using these resources, you can just tag us, and at least we can see that we are helping the community. And if also at the end, if there is any other tool you would like us to bring to your learning, just drop it in the comment section and we'll be happy to bring it on board. Yes, having said that, I assume you're seeing us maybe from the LinkedIn, from our LinkedIn post or any of our LinkedIn posts, maybe directly from me, and that's Shehu Oluwaseun, or from the Samlytics Data Service Limited posting. And maybe you come across a project like this, you just noticed that, okay, you want to explore the full project. You can click on this link. And once you click on this link, it takes you straight to our GitHub environment. This is where I've documented everything. You can see the DAX measure, that's what was used within the Power BI environment. You can see the Power BI file for the fitness tracking data set. You can see the health analytics demo IPYMB. That's your end-to-end script. That's where you're doing all the data engineering and the documentation, just a single script. And you can see your sample export XML. That's where you have your data file. And here we also document just high level what the tutorial is about. And also I need to mention, I saw this on LinkedIn, so I brought it by Victoria. Yes, I can drop our LinkedIn profile within the comment. So I saw it from her and I brought it to my own environment, replicate the same thing, and I noticed it's something that is worth sharing for people that want to build portfolio like this. But also in addition to that, I took it to Power BI and I saw how the data set can be integrated. So that's like my own contribution to learning. So thanks to Victoria for that. Then in this tutorial, so it's like built like a tutorial design. So you learn, you master the core, the Medallion architecture. You'll be able to use the data lakehouse principle, whereby you just bring in all your information, keep it maybe be it in the bronze layer or maybe in the workspace. So we'll be using the workspace method. Then once you bring in all the information, you'll be learning the technical skills required to transform XML JSON to pass XML file or JSON file. These are raw data set that comes from systems, CRS systems, ERP systems within organizations. So you'll be seeing how to work with that. And for example, in this case, we're working with Apple Health records. So XML file from your Apple Watch. So tracking your health activities. So we'll be doing a summary around people's data. It's not mine, but someone's health data set. And you'll be seeing analytics, like I mentioned, you'll be seeing Power BI. So we are just downloading. So just download these 3 files. If I've not mentioned, download this fitness. How do you download? Just select this EDA Power BI and come here and download. And that's it. So nothing, and come here also, download the IPYMB file. Just click download here. You can see the files, just click download. Then last but not the least, the sample export XML. So now once you've done that, then the first thing is create your free Databricks account. And like I mentioned, it's free. The only thing that it costs you is your time to learn and your time to improve on your data engineering journey. So if I select this learn for free, let me just open this up. So it's telling you, yes, this is your free edition, Learn Professional tool. So you can sign up for free edition. I've signed up on before, so I think it might reduce the requirement. But to sign up, just see this page. Because I'm on my Google Chrome, I will just select continue with Google, and hopefully it will ask me yes. So choose the account. So I'm working with this account for this project. Yes, so it's telling me I'm the account owner for this. And if you want to create a new account, you can create a new account. So in this case, I will just select this. But for you that you're creating for the first time, it means you need to go through all the process for creation and all those things. And possibly it will be asking you for, it will be send you a token to confirm, and you do that. And with that, within 1 or 2 minutes, you are up in the cloud and your environment is here. And here you can see, here you have a quick introduction to Databricks. So this is Alex. So I've watched his video too, and very good. I recommend the guy. And with that, you can start working. And for this exercise, like I mentioned, I've downloaded those 3 files. So these are my own 3 files. Let me bring them here. So these are my own 3 files. So these are my own 3 files. So you can see your fitness tracker, your sample export, your health analytics demo. That's the IPYMB file. That's the Jupyter Notebook file. So how do you navigate Databricks? So quick crash course on Databricks. One, here you have your home, then you have your workspace, you have your recent files. So if I go there, you will see the recent works I've done. Let me see if it's yes. So you can see 2 hours ago and all those things, my dashboard. And so your workspace is mainly your work environment. And for us, we'll be loading all the files, and you can do the same thing, load all the files you've downloaded into your workspace. So we'll be creating a workspace and doing that. Then you have your job pipeline. This is where your data engineering. So we still build a project whereby we deal with ETL pipeline, we do job orchestration. So that's it. Then you have your compute. So your compute, remember we said we are doing serverless compute, and mainly this is your serverless warehouse, serverless data warehouse. This is what is doing all the computation at the back end. Remember, you are in the cloud, and this is the guy doing all the hard works. And if you notice at the top, yes, we have Databricks free edition. Very important. Just free. They're not charging you. Then you have your marketplace. mainly where people are dropping free data sets. So if you have anything that is interesting to you, you can search for product and see their data set just to practice things. So you can see your daily weather observation, all those things. So if there are any health care map via data sharing and all those things. Yes, and these are integration. So if it's Fivetran, I've seen a project whereby somebody connected Databricks to data set that is sitting within um, Microsoft, within Google Cloud Storage, your Google Drive. Yes, so your Google Drive using the Fivetran. So they are connectors, so you can connect to a lot of data sources using Databricks and going through all those things. And we'll be connecting to Power BI Desktop. So stay tuned. Then you have your SQL editor. Then yes, these are, if you have SQL queries, you can have it there. Then I have dashboard. This one is very interesting in that you can see an existing dashboard and you can create your own. So if you don't want to use Power BI and you just want to create quick visualizations, you can use dashboard within Databricks. So if you're new to dashboarding, or you're new to analytics, you can focus on Databricks alone and you have everything you need to learn to be industry ready. So let me put it that and fine. And also I think for this okay, I will say okay, we have your Genie is AI within your workspace, and you can build AI on your data tables such that anyone that queries the Genie, the AI environment, you can ask direct questions to your data. So you don't need to go and bring your data in. You don't need to say, oh, my data is sitting in Excel and I want to ask questions. So you can ask real-time questions and you will see Genie designing your SQL query using SQL query SQL and giving you results. And all you have to do is act with natural language. So that's very interesting. And that's one of the major advantage of using Databricks for your data engineering activities. Then you have a lot. So if you have your dashboard and you have some specific things you want to track, you can create a lot on it. Then you have your SQL warehouse, where which is the same thing as a compute. And here is where you'll be getting all the resources for connection. And if you want to monitor the activities within your space here, because I've done some design, some activities within my cluster, and yes, you can see all my activities. We'll be running through this again just to see how it works here within this space. Then you can see all your job runs, if you have your pipeline jobs, you can track it using this process. Then you have your data ingestion, so you can ingest data, so you can connect to SQL Server, you can connect to SAP, Dynamics 365, ServiceNow. You can inject data from Amazon S3. I think my next project will be on this. You can upload files to Volume directly. So so uploading files like maybe your JSON file, XML file, you can upload it to your Volume directly. Then you can create or modify tabular table, so CSV file and all those things. And you can see all available ingest partners. So you can see connection from Google Drive, from Jira. So, and you can see there's a lot of places where you can connect it. You can see Lambda, or the SQL, or this AWS environment, CloudFront, all those. So just name it, and yes, you have connection available for it. And like I mentioned, even if the connection is not available, possibly they use other connectors like Fivetran or something to connect. You can see segment, real-time data injection. So you can connect to segment, bring data from your segment into your Databricks. So I know I've used segment before. You can connect to SharePoint. So name it, a lot of connectors, all for your data engineering activities within Databricks, and all these are available for free within your Databricks free edition. So, and Zoho, yes, for our Zoho CRM users, yes, you have something here for you. So Please, if you have any environment that you like to know about, just let us know. And if you're building something like this and you like to demo or create a use case within your environment, you can reach out. We'd like to support you, because all these connectors, I can tell you, they are very simple to connect to, but if you've not had an hands-on experience, it might look like something that is complex to you. We'll be saying how to connect to Power BI, so just to give it a context. All right, so I haven't said that, so let's go straight to actions and let's see what we can build. I'm looking at just 45 minutes, so 30 minutes to run this. So the first thing, go to your workspace, and within your workspace, just click on workspace, just create, just come here, create. Go to your workspace, go to users. Yes, go to your users. I want to create something within Samlytics, so I can track what I'm doing. So if you have other users, everybody can create something so they can track. So if I come here, create, the first thing I'll be creating is a folder, and I can say health analysis, analytics tracker, or health tracker analytics. Let me say tracker, tracker analytics, because that's what we're doing. So you know that this is the folder where I'm uploading everything I'm using for this training and learning within Databricks. And the next thing is just come here and select these three dots. They call it bugger or something. Just say import. And here we are importing just two files. We're importing the data set. I'll just press down my control key, and the IPYMB file. That's the notebook file. Just two things. So XML for our data set, then the IPYMB for our query. Now, because this notebook is within our workspace, this guy will be able to see the data set within our workspace. If we are using another workspace and this data set is not there, then this guy might have the complexity of navigating it. That's why I ensure that both my data set and my notebook file are within the same workspace. Yes, so then maybe in a future tutorial you can see how to connect when they are in separate workspace, whereby you are connecting to a different data source and you're building your notebook within your catalog. Yes, that's a different conversation, but for this, because it's just a quick demo, so just open your analytics demo, your query. Instantly it will open your catalog for you, and here you can see your table of content based on your notebook, and you can see your full workspace folder. You can see it's using the health tracker workspace, so you know that that is the workspace where you're working. And you can see your data set there, and if there is anything that is missing, maybe you've already got into the notebook and you are not seeing it, you can come here and click this three dot again and import. You can import new sum, and you can share permission to your workspace, a lot of things. So let's go to our catalog, because that's where all the other things we're doing will be displayed. Yes, so now we're building data lakes. We're building Data Lakehouse, and we're using this health data set. And here, your data source, Apple Health, your object storage, that's where we are storing our file, initial file, and that's your workspace. That's where we are storing this notebook and the XML file. So that's your workspace. Your bronze, we are storing something there. It's a Delta file, and you will also be seeing the XML raw file. Yes, that's your bronze layer. Then you have your silver layer, then you have your gold layer, and from gold we are connecting to our Power BI. And after gold, I will also show us how we can connect to the dashboard within Databricks, so you can leverage that for your design also if you're interested. And this is just a summary, and this one is explaining the evolution of data architecture from 1980s till now, whereby everyone is moving towards Data Lakehouse. So and Lakehouse is nothing but bringing all the data files the way they are, then we will do the transformation within an environment like this, which is Databricks. And with Databricks, your ML engineer, your data science engineer, your data analyst, everybody can work within an environment using the same data set. So there is no complexity of someone using a data set in Azure and another one using data set in AWS. So everybody is working together collaboratively within the Databricks environment. And one beautiful thing is your catalog. So your catalog give context to your data set. So anyone using your data set can read about the data set, can read a brief description, understand who owned the data set and how the data set should be used. And maybe there are some basic metrics or calculation or transformation that has gone on the data set. All this can be documented within your catalog, your data, your Unity catalog, and these give people insight on how to use your data. And also, if there's anything around policies, yes, you can have it within your catalog. So, without taking much of our time, so the first thing you do is why your app well data need Lakehouse. One is an XML file, is time series, and is years of minute by minute measurement. So it's a large data set. That's just the reason why. So, and we won't want any aggregates to lose the insight. So someone can come to me and say, oh, I need this data set as a second level. We can tell them, well, if you need it at second by second level, or yes, you can check the silver environment, but we've aggregated on a daily basis at the gold layer. So all those insights is available. Yeah, so the first thing is you set up your catalog, and your catalog structure is one, your catalog, then your schema, then your tables or volumes. So that's it. So catalog, schema, then tables of volume. So in this case, your catalog, we are creating a new catalog called health data, and we are using create catalog if not exist. So if it exists, it won't create it, but if it doesn't exist, it will create it. So create schema if not exist. So here we are creating catalog data, then we are creating schema, bronze, silver, and gold. And if I open this catalog, this workspace catalog, there are two default catalog schemas, which is default and information schema. So information schemas are just major views that help to optimize your table by the time you start using it. But this default is blank, nothing is there. So, but we are not using this workspace one, we are creating our own. That's why we are calling it health data. And for this health data, we are creating schema on bronze, silver, and gold layer. And yes, we are adding a comment on the bronze layer raw file. So volume for raw health XML file. So within the schema, we are creating a volume. Yes, and the volume is now called raw files. So this is where we drop all the raw files. So imagine you have multiple raw files, means you just drop all of them here. That's the lakehouse. So everything is there as it is, raw file within bronze. Then we're using the raw bronze health.bronze. So that's using the catalog health data dot bronze schema. Yes, then we can show all the schemas that are available within health data. So let me run this, and we're using this magic operator percentage SQL because, like I mentioned, we're using Spark. We're within within the Spark environment. So when you put percentage SQL, you can run normal SQL query. When you don't put anything, you're expected to use PySpark query. Yes, so we'll be saying all those things, and that's the beauty of Databricks. If you are good with SQL, your SQL can work here. If you're good with Python, your Python is useful here. So as a data engineer, you're expected to be able to leverage both. And if you don't, well, you're expected to know something, at least know what you're doing. But also here, you can see here, I think my workspace is coming up here. You have what we call your assistant, your genie, and all those things. So you have it here and within all the cells. So these are like my past queries, my past information. So you don't need to go and browse ChatGPT. No, everything you need about your data set is here. You can ask questions, you can quickly learn within this space. Yes, so and here you can see you can edit your code with assistant. So all the cloud AI assistant and all for programming and coding. So everything is within your Databricks. You don't need to go out. So that's just the summary there. All right, so now you can see our health data catalog is created. So I can come here, open it up. You can see your bronze schema, gold schema, and your silver schema. And if you check your bronze schema, you should have raw files where nothing will be in the raw files, but at least you have the folder. But if you go to your gold and silver, we didn't create raw file folder there. So we didn't create a volume for raw file. So it's only within the bronze layer that we've created a volume called raw file. So, and you can see create schema, create catalog, create volume, just like normal English. And we are always putting if not exist in case. So you can see create, if you're a database, SQL database user, you know, the way we are creating tables and all those things. Yes, and we have shorttail here, and mainly shorttail will help us to copy data set from one environment to another. And remember, I said our data set is within this workspace. So if you come here, you can see sample underscore export.xml. That is our source file. And that's what we have in here. And the destination where we want the should AO copy function to copy it to is within the raw file, right? And within the raw file that is sitting in the bronze schema under the health data catalog. Yes, so that's why we're saying it should go to volumes, raw files, and all those things. So that's the destination. So it will go under volume and store the file there. So it's moving it from within our workspace into our how will I put it, catalog environment, so we can work with it. Yes, so if I just come here and you can build on this, that okay, what if your source file is not a stagnant one, is a something that is increasing every day? How do you want it to move? So you can say you should move all the source file, like so, all those things. So we'll be seeing it in future project, but let's stay focused on this. So then that is done, we already have it. So let's see if it's successful. So if I go to my else and I go to my bronze layer, by the time I check my raw file folder, I should see my file there if it's done. So let me refresh this, bronze layer, raw file, and I should see my sample export. So it means my XML file is now within the bronze layer. So what next? So now I'll be reading the XML file. So that's the data frame passed. So I want to pass this data set. So all these are functions, are options that I need to, that is required to pass my XML file. Remember, by passing it, we are loading the data set. So just like your read.csv in pandas, if you're a Python user, so we are trying to load the data set into a data frame, and we can now leverage that. So then that's what this one is doing. Then we are doing total record. So we are doing count. So this one is PySpark function. So we are doing count. So it will just count, tell us all the record that is being passed. Then we are saying we are printing. So it will just print and tell us the total record. So this one will pass and show us top 3 records. So that is something I like doing here. I like showing it as a table. So I will just use a display, and I will use my df past, but I will say dot limit, and I will just put 3. So I don't need everything. So it will just show me 3 records within my data set in a tabular form, so I can follow, because this show, we show it in a string format. So just, and it might look complex for some readers. Then in order to write some SQL queries, remember I said you can do percentage SQL and you'll be able to write, but you can't write SQL query on a data frame. So you can write SQL query on a temporary view. So that one will create something like a temporary view, a table. So it will have done all the magic at the back end and make the table available for you. And there you can do all your print schema and all those things. So print schema is just to see all your columns within your data set, the data types, and yes, any information that is available about the schema. So that's your print schema function. Good. So now you can see, so this one is my first function. So the data set has been passed. Now you can see your total record to be 21,078. That's the total passed records from the XML file. Then, and passing is just turning it to tabular format, I think. So then now this is the tabular format. So metadata entry, creation date, the device that is being used, name of device, manufacturer, all those things, end date, source, types, unit, and all those things. So you can see a step count, body mass, heart rate, all those things. So this is the tabular format, but this is the show format. And you can see it's still looking like, in your mind you'll be thinking, are you sure this thing is in table format? So but this one is properly passed, and you can see it with breaking, showing you the column names at the top and showing you each row of the data set within each of these blocks. You understand? So these are the column names. Then you can see now all those things. Yes. So then there are some other further information below. Let me scroll down. Yes, so this is your data schema. So if you come here, so this is your schema. So it's showing you your metadata, source name, creation date, device. Yes, and it's telling you within this metadata entry, these other elements, key strings, all those things are available. So key is a string data set value. So creation, device, unit, value, and all those things. Those are like major columns within your data set. Yes, so I haven't said that once you have that, you can now write Spark SQL on your temporary view. You can see you created a temporary view here called raw health records. So if you come here, you can use Spark SQL. You can see here we are not using percentage SQL. So that's just that's why we need to use Spark SQL. So but even this Spark SQL, you are now writing like a comment, but you're using SQL. So this one, you are creating a data frame using Spark SQL. Now, and this data frame, we're just printing, it contains, we're doing data frame count, still it's a data frame. So then we want to write this data frame as a delta file, right? So this data frame, we're writing it as a data file and we are storing it. So save table. So let's just go through how to write your data lake table in Unity Catalog. So your bronze df, that's your data frame, that's bronze data frame, this one at the top, dot write, that's the function, and this backslash is showing that okay, the next line is part of the query. So dot format, the format I'm storing it as is, I'm writing it as is delta. Then the mode, I'm doing overwrite. So if I have record here previously, you can overwrite it and create a new one. And the option overwrite schema is true, and save table as the name of the table that you're saving. So those are your options, and you can have multiple options. You will see where we have one. Then you're printing once it's created. So that's that. Now we are saving a delta table. So once we have this, we should have table under this bronze whereby we can see the delta table. And what's the name of the delta table you're looking for is Apple Health. So I'll just is refreshing. Yes, okay, that's good. So my catalog is refreshing, and once it's done, we see, I should see something here. Good, you can see, and I have my table and volume, and under volumes I have my raw file, but under tables and I have my Apple Health. So this guy is refreshing real time just to update new information that is available. And you can see my Apple Health, where is it coming from? That's my bronze layer past final table being saved as a delta file. So now I have this data file, and yeah, I can do my bronze layer metadata documentation. And one thing I would like to show here is I can view this guy in my catalog. I can open in Catalog Explorer. So I won't leave the data and the data will just be there. So I've created a table, but the question is, what's the table about? I can use AI to quickly generate a description of the table, and I can edit or I can accept. So let me accept, and I can always come back and edit it and add more insight. And here I can view sample data set. So people that want to use your data set, they can do a preview of your data set and see what the data set is about. I think that's still loading, so I can check the details. So when it was load, how is it managed, properties, all those things. Then I can do permissions. So those are sharing with people that want to use my data set. I can grant access, I can revoke access. So so I can, so these are policy around the usage of the data set. So what are the things that is important to be available before you can leverage this data set? So history, so how has the data moved, what has happened, who are the users that have used the data set. You can see my user ID. So I've set the table property, I've created the table, all those things. Then the lineage. Lineage is mainly where the data set is coming from. What transformation have I done? You understand, and where are we? Then if there's any insight around the data set, then I can check my data quality within Databricks. You can see everything that is needed to make sure your data set is good and is of high quality is available within Databricks. And with that, I can say, okay, so let's do the bronze layer metadata. And here, if you come here and you check an overview, you can see there is no comment. And like I mentioned, I've accepted the description given by Apple. But here, what are the optimization I can do to my table? So I can set table properties. I can do what's it called? So optimization, optimize writer, optimize write, auto compact, and I can put a brief description even from this table property. And here I'm saying table underscore comment, and what I'm doing here is I'm saying column underscore comment. I'm saying a column. For each of the columns, I'm putting corresponding comment. Then here I use a for loop. So I'm saying where we have your column, comma description from column underscore comment. So I'm saying comment on columns, healthdata.bronze.applehealth. I'm picking the columns within those tables. I'm saying the comment on those columns are what the description. So mainly what this guy is doing is mapping columns here on my table to the columns here within this list, and is mapping their corresponding descriptions to them. So if you come here now, you don't have comment here, so you can add it manually, but if you want to add it with script, that's what we're doing here. So you can just run this, and you can see, let's do example type, health metric type identifier from Apple Health. So let's just go and look for type. Once this one is done, let's look for type on our table here. Type, this is the first one, and so I think that one is still loading. That's done. Hopefully our comment will come here, but if it's not coming, just refresh because of other catch and time lag. Good. And you can see we have created date. Why is the type? Good. This type, health matrix identifier from Apple Health. Yes. So I think that's it. So he's inheriting that from our script here. So you can see using Python, we are mapping and we are looping through all this description. So you can give this to the business, verify all these definition are right. Once they confirm they are right, you can just load it and they will see it on their comment. Yes. And from that, we can run a brief aggregation on our bronze Apple table. Then we're just checking out for 10 records, and you can see the 10 records here. Yes, and that is it for the bronze layer. So next we'll be seeing the silver layer and the gold layer. Thank you. Okay, yes, so let's see the silver layer. Let's see what's going on. And like we know, within the Medallion architecture, your silver layer is where you apply some transformation, some cleaning, and yes, just to make sure that you're doing schema enforcement, business logic, your data types, and here mainly this is where your data scientists work, your ML engineers, your advanced analytics team. So they understand the data set and they can run some basic transformation. So let's go into that. And what we're doing here, we are using the SQL. So we are doing like something like a SQL query within the warehouse. And here we are doing percentage SQL. So the moment you put this magic word, this guy know that, okay, what you need is SQL. And here you can see the list of what you can use. You can use Python, you can use SQL, you can use Scala, you can use R. So if you are using Python, you are using PySpark. If you are using SQL at the back end, the guy is using Spark SQL. So just know that because it's doing compute, it's doing distributed computation at the back end. Yes. So and yes, so here we're creating your silver Apple Health table, and you can see create or replace table. If the table already exists, it will replace. So If it's not existing, it will create. Like in this case, we don't have anything. So then we write all our transformation. Then we are passing the time. So we are changing the name, start. So start date, we're adding time to it. We are turning it to start timestamp, end timestamp, creation timestamp, and all those things. And we're doing where value like. So we are converting text or string values to double. So let me quickly show us this here where I was showing my data set the other time. You can see these are numbers, but showing them as strings. So in this case, this is wrong. So that's why we are creating the data type. And remember, we said bronze layer, we're not doing any transformation. So here we are casting it as double. So we are changing the data type and we are calling it as numeric value. So hence, if under value, the value is not of this type, it will just return null. It means that's a dirty data set, so we won't be using it. Then for your types, we are changing the name. So anything that is having at rate, percentage, at rate, the meaning of percentage is anything before and after. So if I come here, so if you check this line now, you can see here at HK quality, you can see type. So here, if you're having something like step count, so we only want step count. So yes, so all those things, we only want step count. HK was user, so we only want step count. Or anything that have to do with step count, yes, we only want to classify it as activities. So that's everything we're doing here. So anything before or after, as far as you have at rate, we want you as vitals. Anything before or after, as far as you have step count, we're calling it activity. Anything before or after, body mass, we're calling it body. Anything before or after, as long as you have sleep, we're classifying it as sleep, and we're naming it as metrics. So any other one that have other description that doesn't contain something like this, we are throwing it into a bucket called others. So then here we're doing further cleansing on the type column. So we are removing all these HKO quality types. So we're just removing, we're only picking things after this quality type identifier, and we are calling it metric name. Then we are also cleaning the value. So we just want to confirm if there is a valid, if the column is, if that cell is having a valid value or not. So all these ones, mainly the ones with valid value, are the ones we are using. So then date also, we want to be sure that your start date is a valid date. So that's other one what we're doing here. Also, we are putting the current time. So that's the timestamp. So we know that, okay, this is the process time, and we are adding silver to that column, and we're having it the layer. So then where is all this data set that we're transforming coming from? It's coming from the bronze layer, right? And we are filtering out that all this data set that is coming from bronze layer. One, the value must be a valid value, and your timestamp is not null. Yes, so your start time is not null. So that's just the main thing. So once you run this, so that's the silver layer transformation, and we're using it to get the silver layer table. So if you want to ignore null, we want to clean your data set and all those things. So if I come here to my health data and I go to silver, I should see my Apple health data set, right? And if I open it, it should be like the previous one, but at least with more cleaned data set. Now we'll still be seeing the analytics below of all the data transformation that have evolved into what we are seeing. Then the next thing is we can run some query on the silver. You can see we are telling it the schema we are using. So dot this guy. If you don't want to be telling it, you will have used, you can say use health data dot silver. So all the query that follows, the guy will be using that schema. But if you don't specify, you need to give it the full address. Let me put it that way. So the catalog, the schema, and the table name. Yeah, so this one is telling you your record count, that's 20,712. And yes, then your silver table optimization. So now you have the table. The next thing, run optimization on it, so that any other query going forward will be running with an optimized table. So, and what are the optimization we are doing here? We are now adding comment on the column, so it's inheriting it from the bronze layer. So already, so but here we want to make sure optimize writer, the mode name and all those things, read version, all those things. So because remember it's a delta file, so we need to optimize. So this is the optimization, and here we are running some aggregate on the silver layer table, and you can see everything just like we are running SQL query. Yeah, so and that's that. And the next thing we're doing now is we are running, let's go straight. We are running, let's go straight to the code layer. And the code layer, mainly what are we doing here? We are running a business ready aggregation on the code layer. We want to make sure that the file is ready for the business and it can work well for the business. So if I come here, I can see the code, the key features we are turning. Okay, the silver, at the silver level, everything is still at seconds per second level at the minimum minute level of information. So but at the good layer, we don't need that level of details, so we aggregate to a daily basis and we do some optimization and do some KPIs. So, well, in your free time, the script is available. You can read through, but you can see everything that we are doing is in plain English. We are just trying to um, optimize the record, do aggregation, so checking for quality score, days of the week, month or year, and all those things. And I think, yes, so we are doing with daily metrics. So we are doing common tabular expression here, and we create this, and now we now select from that initial temporary table that we've created using common tabular expression, and we are creating a case. So based on the heart rate, we are giving the person what was the name of this that we are doing here. Below, we are giving it health score. So we are giving it an S score, so the person will know if he's having sleeping deficiency, upper healthy range, and all those things based on sleep and based on energy, based on distance covered, based on body mass, based on step count, based on heart rate. And remember, all these are like business driven insights. So business will have told us that, okay, if we notice that anyone average value maybe on that day is between 60 to 100, then give the person normal range. Then give the person 95. So we are doing like a classification. So the person is athletic, very fit. So all these people now is just comment. So we are just using it to classify them. Yeah. So but these ones are just comment. You won't see it in the data set, but these are like the classification, so you can know the average. And if you want to pass it into data sets, you can do that also. Yeah, so mainly what you just want to see is the person's health score. So you want to see the person's health score. So you can want to know how many people are within the range of 95, how many people are 85, all those things. Yeah. So then the next thing is also total value significant above average. You just want to know if the person is within normal range, below average, all those things. So, and all this information are now coming from where? Daily metric, which is your temporary table that you had here. So if I run this, and remember, we're now pushing this final record into your daily health metrics, which will be within the gold layer. Yes, so we run that. So that will be updated on the gold layer. And once we have that, we are also optimizing the gold delta layer, the gold table delta. So we can see everything is delta, 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 delta auto optimize, optimize writer. And yes, so once we run this and we're doing Z order by, so it's just, it will automatically order the record. So when you're running query, it can query based on the date, based on activity dates and metric category. So this is like indexing. Yes, the way we have indexing in data engineering. So that's like indexing. So then we have other metrics. So you can create other metrics, and just like we are running aggregate on the data set. So top performing health metrics by medical scoring. So this one is normal query. We are not creating any table. I don't think so. So having count greater than 30 and others. So this one is just your table, just to for you to view, just for your viewing. And yes, we are saying let's discuss about data lake advanced features so we can do time travel. And remember in SQL, once you drop a table and once you throw a table away, you can't get it back. But Databricks is helping us such that even if you override a table, you can use the time travel to go back and see. And that's the meaning of time travel. So you can roll back. So you can see rolling back of bad deployment. So you can roll back on bad deployment, and in case if your data set become corrupt, you won't need to start your process all over again. So you can always roll back and see how things are being done. All right, so once you have that, let's see history. So you can describe, so we're just saying data lake functions. So you can see here you have version 0 and you have version 1, and with this you can run query based on that version. So you can say version, this version is just a name of value within a column. So you can say as of version 0, as of version, this one is your current version. So you don't need to specify. So you can do version 1, version 2, and all those things. So if you run this, it's a union. It will give you a table with 2 rows, which is giving you count of records based on the versions. So if I come here, and you can see version 0, current version. So that's the name. I'm just giving it a name and all those things. This one I don't need to specify as of version as of 0. So you can see this version as of is very powerful, and you can use it to do your rollback function. So very simple, but it specifies. So you are querying a table, which version do you want to use? If you don't specify the version, it will use the current version. That's simply what we are doing here. So, and your data pipeline performance summary. Yes, this one is very important. And this one is where you will see the summary of all the activities that we'll be discussing, and you can use it to confirm that your Databricks environment is actually optimizing your process. So it's a long script, but let's see the output. So one at the bronze layer, that's the first bronze df underscore bronze underscore df past underscore df. That's your bronze layer past data set. We have 21,078 records. Now, by the time we apply the silver transformation, the cleaning, removal of null, we have 20,000. Then at the gold layer, by the time we aggregate from seconds to daily records, we have 4,811. Then you can see your data transformation flow, moving from data cleaning to validation. We've removed 366 records. Silver layer, clean data. So then we did the aggregation and summarization. It reduced by 15,901 records. So that's almost 76.8% from silver to gold layer. Then overall data reduction, so 77.2%. And that's 21, that's from bronze to gold. And these ones are just the summary, just giving insight. And imagine you are having this kind of information on a daily basis before you move the data set to the final data warehouse, so you can know what has transpired, what has happened before pushing it to the final destination. And finally, you can do some basic health visualization, but like I mentioned, the gold layer data set is what we are taking into Microsoft Power BI, and that's what we are doing here. So we'll be connecting. But let's see, you can run quick dashboard here. Yes, you can run quick visualization here. And I notice mentioning dashboard, I will create just a simple dashboard, just using 1 or 2 columns. So for people learning how to create dashboard too, they can do that. So you can see my data set is working. I can do advanced analytics on my silver layer, still using SQL. Just if I want to do all this design and all those things, it will just show me this need attention, how many people need attention, below something and all those things. And congratulations, you have this. Then you have your Unity catalog. I think I've mentioned that. just your data set management, and without having to get another tool. So if you're diligent with your data set within Databricks, all the information you need about the data set can be populated within the Databricks environment. Then you have this, and I can show the tables that are available within the health data.code. So that's within that schema. So I'm having vital summary. So you can see I've created a new table called vital summary here. And those are the two, what's it called? Full table. You can see they are not temporary. So because all these temporary, I won't be able to use them. This raw record and all those things. So, but I have these gold layer tables that are not. Yes. So having said that, let's quickly go to dashboard and see what that means. So if I click on dashboard, this takes me to the dashboard environment, and I can just create dashboard. You can see very simple, very direct. Then the next thing is it will ask me what data set am I using, right? So I can say I want to use, do I want to create it from SQL? Is it something I want to, or I want to go and pick data set from my catalog? So let me go and pick from my catalog. So let's just pick from the good layer. I'll just select this. All right, so I can add this, and I can just come here, select, this is my data set, select, and I can add to dashboard. You see, there's an option, 3 dots, I can add to dashboard. Then once I add it to my dashboard, it's just doing select star from my data. Then I have it. So if I come here, I can go to my data set list, and I can see, you understand, I can see my dash, and I can add from data source. Yes, so I can add from maybe the recent one from data sources from my workspace. You understand? And if I put data in my workspace, this is my information. So from my catalog environment, so this one is from data sources. So that's just maintained, and I can come here. I can, let me pick these other ones. So let me see. I can come from all catalog. So if I say for you, it's restricted. I can go to all, and I can see my health data. That's my health data catalog. I can go to gold, and I can pick the vital summary, and I can confirm. So now I'm having two data set. So one taken directly from the catalog, and two adding from, if I'm using hard data source here. So those are two options. Then I can go to my title page. I can say analytics. I can rename this. I say analytics. Yes, so I can say analytics. So that's my analytics. Then I can create test. I can just move it. I can say summary. So I won't be spending much time here because it's not about visualization. It's just showing us what we can do in Databricks. Yes, so I can, and I can change the text type, all those things, the font, all those things. It's just designed. So I can do that, minimize that. Then I can, these are my visuals. So hard visualization. Most used visualization bar chart. So let me just add. So it's asking me, where do I want to pick data from? I can do I can do health score by let me just do health score by y-axis. What should I add to your y-axis? Metrics category. Yes, so you can see instantly my, and I can change it. Okay, and it's fine. So I can do a title. I can say, I can come here and give it a title, category health score. And this health score, because I know that it's on daily basis, it would be good I give it average. So just give it average health score across board. So you can see the guy is not looking bad, and I can do some formatting. I can do some formatting. You want to show your axis value, average head score. I can switch off that. I can switch off grid line. You understand? Anything, label angle, all those things. Then my y-axis. My y-axis, I can change the name. I can just say category. Click enter. That's changed. And on my data set, let me see other things I can do. Label, I can activate my data label, so you see the data label directly, and that's it. So you can see, so anything you want to create you can add. And let me add another visuals, but like I mentioned, my visual is not here. I'm not. So you can ask Genie, um um create. So okay, you can say daily health summary by days of the week. Let me just select what we have already there. Good. And you can see what is showing. So count of the week and count day of the week activity. Fine, it might not make sense. I can say reject. It can give me another one. Monthly score trend. Yes, this one is a trend. So this is building visuals with AI. Then you can edit it further. Then I can add another visuals. Since I have daily, day of the week, day of the week health score average. Let me see if the guy can get it. Day of the week health score average. um uh, Let me just say, so rather than table, I can say give me a line chart. Does that make sense? Day of the week, so it's not getting it. I can say my x-axis is day of the week, so let me reject it. Just look for performance trend over time. Let's see, because I just want to do a line chart. Why is it bringing? I don't want straight line. I want something that you know now. Quality score metrics by category. Was that not what I had previously? So let's just add one chart. Then we have this done. I think that's what I have done previously. So, well, the main thing is you have all your visualizations. These are all the charts you can use. So you can leverage anything there and make sure it looks good. You can use Sankey. So let me see. Use Sankey. Use Sankey for insight. Use Sankey for insight. We are testing daily health summary by day of the week. Let's see. It's still using bar. I don't know why it's still using, but the main thing is it can give you some of this insight. So stages, you need to add value day of the week, then value, let me just say average value. Okay, everything is 1111. Average, sum of average value. No, let me use average. So you can, okay, because it's doing an aggregate over time. No, no, it's not something that is traveling. So well, let me not use that to waste the time. So I can just come here, delete if it's not working for me. So yes, this can be my visuals. So I have this. Yes, you can leverage on it, and you can add filter. Yes, I know you can add filter. So if you select your field, so left filter, where is the filter coming from? And let me say it's coming from month. Yes, let me say it's coming from month. So if I come here, I can select the drop down month. Yes, in January, so these are the activities. In March, these are the activities. You understand? So that's that. So that's how you had your slicer, and you know, if it's a visualization training, at least all those things will be ready. And so, but the main thing is you can build your basic visualization. You can say health analytics summary. You understand? And you can publish. Once you have your chart, you can publish, then you can share with individuals, you can publish, and people will be able to leverage what you have designed from Databricks. You can see everything, data scientists, data analysts, everybody using your data set and creating dashboard and insight within this space. All right, so the next step now is how do we connect to Power BI? And here, remember, I asked you to download 3 files. If you open this fitness tracker EDA, so if you open this, just open. So I think it's complaining about my version. So if I come here to get data, I go to more. So this is my own visual. So I will just show you how to get to Databricks. Databricks. So just select Databricks because we are not, well, if you use Azure Databricks, I think it will also work, but use Databricks. And here is asking you for your server host name, HTTP path. So how do you get all this information? Just go back to your Databricks, go to your SQL warehouse, then select your serverless warehouse, then select your connection details. Very simple. Your SQL warehouse, it will show you your select your server, and from overview go to connection details, and you will see your host name. You copy your host name, come paste here, and you will see your HTTPS, copy, and that's all. Once you have these two, then if you just to restrict the amount of information you have to be filling, so I can come here and come to my catalog and check the name of the catalog, that's health data. I can restrict this and say just look at health underscore data, and you're picking information from which database, that's your schema gold, right? I'll just click OK. So once you click that, if you want to write native query, and maybe if you want to do direct query or import mode, that's all Power BI activities. But you know, the main thing is being able to connect to your good layer data set and see the information that is there. Yes, and I think it's showing this directly. Why? Because I've connected before. It will have asked for your credentials and asked for maybe the authentication to use before. So that's what ought to have happened, but because I've connected before. But once you are able to set up your authentication and all those things, yes, it's quite direct and simple. So I'll just say transform data. So, but if you have any question around the connection, let me see. Can I ignore? Okay. So it's telling me okay. Let me see if I can clear permissions. Let me see if I can. Okay, let's see. I've tried to deleted previous credentials, and let's see if it will see it. If it still see it, yes. So it will ask you for your username, your password, and all those things. So if it asks you for that, just come here to your ODIC something something OIDC. Yes, so that's the authentication. You aren't signed in, so just sign in. So once you click sign in, okay, it has sent. So let me say sign in as different user. Let's see if that would bring up, because I want it to always give us something complex to work with. So it will give us a pop-up. You aren't signing. So it's saying I'm currently signing because I've signed in before. So it will mainly to bring up a pop-up. So make sure you use this Alt or ODIC. So brings you a pop-up, and on that pop-up you can put your emails. So once you give your email, I think that's fine. If you need any authentication, it will send it to your email, and you can use that too. So you can see it's connecting. So once the connection is done, yes, you can see your two data set. Then you can select them, and if you are using my template, so just click OK. So these are your two data, and you can see they are coming from your good environment. Just click OK. So you have these two data sets, and you will do something now. You can see this is your daily health data set. So just come here and go to advanced editor. So you can copy this and replace it with what you have here. Just say done. Come and replace it with what you have here. So just edit, go to advanced editor also here, and paste it with what you have here and click done. Then you have it. You can see it's no longer showing error. Then the Valtas do the same thing. Click done. Go to advanced editor. So rather than editing credentials and all those things, or let's see if you let discard. Let's see if you can edit credentials. Good. Just go to this auth name. You aren't signing. Just say sign in. It want to bring the good. So it want to use it. The guy will try to use my previous login. So you can say, okay, no, don't use my own. So just say continue with Google. So this is very important. I will just put samlytics@gmail.com. So just say next. And yeah, so it will ask for my organization authentication. So password entered, and he's asking for my two-factor authentication, all those things, just mainly for security. So let me just try another way. Okay, so mainly that's how to, so it will just verify and get you in. So let me not let me just cancel this. So but because of our time, so let me just put this. So just trying to do the authentication, and try to do the authentication, then you'll be good. So but if I come here, if I go to my advanced editor, that screen of inputting your email and getting your password set up is what I wanted to show previously that I was not able to. So you can come here and delete this. You don't need this anymore, and you don't need this second one anymore because you've already changed using the advanced editor. Then with this, you can close and apply. Then you can continue with what we've done within our space from Samlytics Data Service. So then you can build your own dashboard, add additional insight, make it look better, anything that you want to do. And you can do some further transformation on your data set. All the metrics that you have here are available on our GitHub environment. So thank you so much for your time. And I hope this learning you've been able to equip yourself with what is required. And a brief summary, if you come here, the main architecture that we followed was the bronze, the medallion architecture. And at the bronze layer, we're able to bring in XML file. We did some transformation, just querying the table, removing null. Then we did business aggregation at the good layer. Then we did a connection to Power BI. And for all the steps required, all the transformation, you can see these are table optimization scripts that we've done, and these are the silver bronze layer transformation, and this is the connection process, connection steps. So if you follow this guide within our LinkedIn GitHub environment, you'll be able to connect to your Databricks, your connect of Databricks to your Power BI environment successfully. And you can see, and this is still visual, these are dashboard, and if you want to check an interactive dashboard, you can click here. So yes, these are all the some of the measures used within Power BI just to create those visuals. Yeah, so I think that's it mainly. And this is the flow. So XML file in the bronze layer, we did some data catalog within the Unity catalog. Then we did there is data lake storage, acid storage. So making sure that your data set is consistent, all those acid principles. So then we move the clean data to silver layer, analytics ready to gold layer. Then we connect it to dashboard. And here I've also showed us how you can use AI within Genie to create dashboard. You can either create your dashboard within Databricks or take the data set outside into environment, your Tableau, Power BI to do all those things. So thank you for this. And yes, you can connect with us. If you feel there are other things we need to do, you can let us know. And like I mentioned, thanks to Victoria, I will be dropping LinkedIn. So she was the one that at least gave the background, the inspiration for this project on her own GitHub environment. Then we just build on it, connecting it to Power BI and building up the visualization just to make the knowledge available for everyone. So thank you for watching. Thank you for learning with Samlytics. My name is Oluwaseun, and like I mentioned, please subscribe to this page so whenever we drop an insightful session like this on a new technology, new data technology, you'll be the first person to be informed. And also, if you're doing interesting projects within your environment that have to do with any data tech, any data stacks, any data transformation project you're doing, and you would like us to help you and support you as a consultant to help your business, you can reach out and we can have a conversation on how we can support you. We have a lot of data engineers that have learned from us, that they are working with us and supporting businesses like yours to transform their data environment. So thank you for taking out time for this video, and I hope it's helpful for you and you've been able to see the good thing you can do with Databricks within your environment. Thank you for your time. Do have a nice day. Thank you.